path to success is not always a straight one. My guest today showed that when life throws you a hurdle, you just got to jump over it and keep on going. Welcome into the Fan Addict Sports Channel for sports fans by a sports fan. I'm your boy, Coach I. Where are my dogs at? Today's guest on this episode of Life on Campus, Taz Richardson, is going to tell us how he went from having a Division I college scholarship for football to Eastern Carolina University to now being at Shaw University, HBCU, in grad school, finishing his last year of football, and what's next. Let's go ahead and bring him on in. What's going on, Ted?
Not much, Coach. Man, just living the life. How you doing?
Chilling, man. Hey, man, I know you up in North Carolina. Tell the people where you at right now.
Oh, I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina, up here Shaw University.
Okay.
Division II HBCU school.
That's
in the
what's
CIA
up.
in the CIA.
Yep, CIAA. Most people know
CIAA.
CIAA. If they're the casual fan, they know it for the basketball tournament, but
Yeah.
they do actually play football too.
Yes,
So,
sir.
because I know you personally, so I know a little bit about your story. I know you went to
Yes,
Malden
sir.
High School, played there, and then originally was committed to Eastern Carolina University, but
Yes, sir.
things happened, and then you landed at Graceland University,
Yes,
where
sir.
you
Great.
where you played for 4 years, and because of the COVID year, you get the extra year.
Yes, sir.
So now you're at Shaw. So tell us a little bit about your journey, man, from Malden High
Yeah.
School to where you at now.
Man, it's been a long journey. Seems like it's only been what 6 years. It's going on 6 years since I graduated high school. So it's been a pretty decent journey. But in high school, I actually started playing football and basketball around in 8th grade. That's when I first started playing with Malden.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so all throughout high school, I wondered, whether I was going to be a basketball player, football player. I didn't really know until it hit me like probably junior year. I said, okay, this is what I'm good. This is what I'm better at. I need to stick to this. I started,
Unfortunate for us on the basketball program.
man, listen. I started making layups, man. I'm like, all right, man, I gotta stick to football, man. I gotta just stick to football. So, I chose. I started putting on my work towards football, and it landed me a couple scholarships. Originally, I committed to East Carolina. At the time, they were, I want to say, like number 16th in the nation.
Yeah.
And so, well, now, man, they fell off the chart. But just that particular year, man, that was really tough. So I committed to East Carolina. I felt like my style fit their offense. They used at the time I was about 170, 180. They
Yep.
they used very shallow receivers, inside receivers. They had their best receivers coming off the best careers that any college receiver has ever come. So I felt like it was a great place for me to land. Also my best friend Dre was committed there as well. So that played a great role in it. I committed to East Carolina. Going into my senior year, towards the at the end of my senior, well, at the end of the season in my senior year is when everything changed for me. Um, I got into some legal trouble at the high school. Of course, everybody heard about it. It was all over the news for a week or whatever. Had to go to alternative school for 30 days. Um, so I got into a little trouble. Later on, I figured out why the hell what is it? Why they held my charges for so long? Because they held it for about 2 weeks. I mean,
Yep.
they held it for about, I want to say 4 months. They held my charges without dropping them. You know what I mean? So I figured later on that they wanted to let everybody know that an athlete isn't a black, especially a black athlete. We're not above the law. Which I knew that, but
Yeah.
they got to set an example out the hard way. So I ended up going back to Malden High School in January. I turned to school after doing 30 days. As soon as I got to school, my coach from East Carolina, Coach Kirkpatrick, the receiver coach at the time, I think now he's the offensive coordinator or the head coach of East Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
He came to the school and told me, that they couldn't sign me anymore. They didn't know whether or not that I was gonna go to jail, or whether they just did, the AD didn't want to take a chance on me.
Yeah.
And of course I still wanted a chance to go to East Carolina, but at the end of the day I wanted a chance just to play college, just to go to college in general. Nobody in my family has made it that far, so I got to go to college.
Yeah.
At that same time he left, Coach Taylor, which was our head coach at the time, he texted the offensive coordinator at Tusculum University, which is a D2 school in Tennessee. He texted the coach, and he just happened to be in the area at the time. He texted coach, man. He said Taz needs a new home. He came right to the school. You know what I mean? He was at Hillcrest recruiting one of the old linemen, one of my friends.
Yeah.
So after he left, he just came right to the school. And I didn't know much about Tusculum at all. I didn't even at the time, man. I didn't even know what Division II was. Like all I knew was the thing was going D1. Like especially being best friends with Drake. That was just, yeah. Everything was going like you got to go D1. So I
That's what
didn't.
that's what a lot of high school athletes, I think,
Yeah.
where education, and not just talking about high school education, but even sports education. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
kids don't know the levels. You got Division 1, you got Division
Yeah.
2, and both levels can get scholarships, athletic
Definitely.
scholarships. Division 3, you can play ball at Division 3, you can't get an athletic scholarship, but they still find ways to get you money like academic,
Yeah.
financial aid, and then even NAIA, you can
Mm-hmm.
get athletic scholarships. And I think a
Yeah.
lot of kids miss out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely.
Because it's always, oh, I'm going D1, I'm going D1, I'm
Definitely.
going D1. And then when the realization hit that you can't,
Mm-hmm.
something happened, regardless of whether it is
Yeah.
talent, other circumstances,
Okay.
it's almost like they don't, push through that and keep
Yeah.
going. So you
Yeah.
okay? So the dude come check you out from Tusculum.
Yeah. He come check me out. He liked me on film. And I also missed out on the All-Star game that weekend. I didn't get to play in the North South game that year. I've been waiting all high school to play in one of those bowls. Like I should have been in the Shrine Bowl. I'm still mad to this day that I didn't get picked for the Shrine Bowl. I'm like, bro, how y'all? I line my stats over every receiver in the state that year. I'm like, I'm right here, number 2, with the stats. Like, what's up? But I didn't get to go anyway. So he come check me out. He give me an offer. I go on a visit. At this time, I got all my scholarships taken away, so I really didn't have nothing on the table. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I took it. I went up there, committed. Did my first year. I did my first year there. I did the fall, and during the fall, man, I was the coach told me that I had the number 1 winning percentage during one-on-ones that year. But if you know anything about the college playbook, man, that junk is for a freshman to learn that playbook, especially with theirs they had, man, that playbook. It took you a long time to learn that playbook.
Yeah.
So we decided to red shirt. So I red shirted that year. And during the spring, man, I didn't come back during the spring. I didn't come back to the football during that spring. I stayed in school and finished that semester out. So I got my freshman year credits. But I didn't decide to go back to the team, and I was just a little confused at that time. I was still trying to understand what happened to me a year before. Like, why am I not in East Carolina? Just, you know what I mean?
It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot for a 18-year-old dog. I mean, I don't think a lot of
Yeah.
people process it like that. I mean, so
Man, it was tough. It was real tough, man, because I just didn't understand like what was going on. I didn't really like the school I was at. I never heard of it before. I just went. You know what I mean? Went on the visit. I didn't know much, so I didn't finish in the spring. I actually went home after that year, So between spring of 2016 and fall of 2017, I was at home just working. You know what I mean? I thought that I was gonna go to the Air Force. I was trying to get to the Air Force and everything. I was like, I just gave up on football, man. I was too depressed. I was like, that whole year I didn't work out at all. Like
Yeah.
I didn't touch the football. That was my didn't touch the basketball. That's the only year of my life where I never just was in the gym or on the field. You know what I mean? So I was going through something. So then I texted my old coach, the one at Tusculum, because they got fired and he ended up getting the head coach at Graceland in 2017. So I remember one day talking to Dre and talking to Nate. I don't know if you remember Nate.
I remember Nate. Nate played
Dre,
basketball too.
yeah, they're my boys. Those my two close friends. I remember one day we was talking, man. Me and Nate got into it. You know what I mean? Nate was an All American triple jumper in Wayne Gate, 4-time All American. You know, Dre of Florida, and you know what I mean. That year, I was just at home working, so we all had a comfortable realization conversation. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They're like, man, Taz, like, you know, what's up with you, bro? Like, what you doing? You know what I mean? So I got out of my little depression. I had ended up texting one of the coach from Tuscan, Coach Cole. I texted him. He said, man, come to my school in Iowa. I'm like, Iowa? Like, I don't even. That just sounds crazy, like coming to Iowa. I'm like, but at this moment, coach, I'm like, I'm gone, man.
Yeah.
I'm gone. Like, I gotta go. Cause I'm like I said, I'm at home working. You know what I mean? You know, I was back in Nickeltown. You know what I mean? Like with my mom and stuff like that. Like it wasn't going good, so I took my chances. They gave me a scholarship. I packed my car and I left, man. 16-hour drive. 16-hour drive to
Ooh.
Lamona, Iowa, man. I packed my car, coach. I had to leave, man.
I
And
remember. I remember when you told me you was going to
yeah,
Graceland, and
yeah.
I was like you. I was like, "Where that's at?" You was like,
Exactly.
you was like, "Ah." I was like, "Well, it's gonna be cold up there."
Hey, and it definitely was that. It definitely was cold. It definitely was cold. So, but like I said, I took my chances, man. And you know, at that time I had nothing. And it's an NAIA school. I never heard of NAIA before. I
Yeah.
didn't know what type of competition was going on. I didn't know nothing, man. But my first year I went up there and I wasn't expected to play because I had set out the year and they didn't know if I had enough credits coming from my freshman year. But I ended up playing anyways and like I say, I didn't work out that whole year. So I pulled my hamstring like 3 times in the camp. So the first year
that's
I pulled my hamstring 3 times, yes. Then at the end of the year I tore my shoulder. I just tore a little ligament. So man, I wasn't in shape my freshman year, but you know, I did all right. Um, put up some good numbers, but that was decent numbers, man. Like my second year I came out, had a better year, made all conference that year. But you know, just that whole school coach, man, it was different of their coach. Like I can't, it was different, man. Like the coaching and stuff, man, it was horrible. It was horrible, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, the good part is that you had some friends that
Yeah,
wasn't just, and like I try to tell people, like, when you get friends, man, you don't want yes men for friends.
yeah,
Whether it's females, I'm not saying man, like, have to be a
yeah,
man or a woman, but you don't want somebody always like, oh yeah, do you, dog, do you, like, your
yeah.
friends
Def-
actually was like, yo, what's up, dog, get your life
Definitely,
together, and
definitely.
here you are, with a degree, what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's
yeah.
Hey, I already told you. That's what I'm proud of. I'm proud of
Thank
you
you.
playing football. Don't get
Yeah,
me
yeah.
wrong.
Definitely,
But the degree
definitely.
means more than football to me. So
Thank you, thank
so
you.
okay. So you was all conference your second year at Graceland. What
Yes,
about
sir.
your junior year and your senior year?
My junior year, we had got a whole. See, every each year I was there, we had. Man, listen, I went through like 10 different quarterbacks. And I went through. I want to say 2.5 different coaching changes in
Yeah,
3 years. So it was hard to ever establish anything. So my junior year, we got a new head coach. You know what I mean? He came in there, and I put up decent numbers.
yeah,
Like I say, that wasn't that good to me. Probably like 500 yards,
yeah.
30 catches. I mean, like that's cool, but you know, I'm a 1,000 yard receiver. You know what I mean? That's how I look at myself. Like, if I don't get 1,000 yards, then I
You
gotta keep doing. I gotta do something. I gotta fix something.
yeah.
So my third year, probably 500 yards, and my fourth year, which was the last year, I actually opted out the season, so I didn't play a fourth year.
Oh, okay.
I only played 3 years of college. I opted out my fourth year because man, I was like, man, I'm thankful for that year because I didn't want to end my collegiate career playing for Graceland. Yes, the degree wise was great. It was set up for me. I could graduate in time, but I could have an extra year of football. So I'm like, man, I found out about the opt out rules, man. I opted out the same day. Listen, me and my two best friends. I got two best friends out there. They both play receiver. One just signed to Baltimore Ravens. He good friends with he best friends with Lamar. Great talent, man. I got another receiver that's trying to find somewhere. He gonna be good, but they try to hold all of us back. So I'm just glad that we made it. We found a way. So like I said, I opted out that 4th year, and I don't know if you know Dorian Dickey. He's from Greenville.
Yeah, he dates my niece,
Oh really?
Kelsey.
Wow, that's funny. Okay, that's funny. So he knew I was looking. He knew I was looking for somewhere to stay. This past 2020 in November.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still in Iowa, about to graduate in December, and of course, I'm still putting my family up every day, so just somebody can see it. I know people annoyed, like, why do you keep posting his videos all the time?
Hey,
I just want somebody to see it, man. Right
that's
person to see it.
that you. Hey, just like when
Yeah.
them rappers want to sell their albums, they gotta
Yeah.
keep putting it. You gotta do the
Definitely.
same thing. So you did
Definitely.
right.
So that's what I was thinking about. So Dorian ended up hitting me one day in November. He was like, "You still need a school to go to?" And I'm like, "Man, I need a school." At the time, I'm thinking about I wanted to go higher in the level because I know my talent is worth Division 1, Division 2 at least. You know what I mean? Like I said, see, um, my story really humbled my journey really humbled me because I was telling somebody like I always wanted to go D1 in high school, but now in Division 2, man, I'm just thankful because I've been in I've been in NAIA. I've been to the bottom, so I'm glad to be D2. Trust me, like
Yeah.
these dudes complain, man. I'm like, bro, be thankful. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up telling me about Shaw, and I hit the coach up. He responded right away. I sent him my film, and he was a coach at North Carolina Central when I was in high school, and he was trying to get me there when everything happened, but he ended up leaving that same year and going to Shaw.
Okay.
So we lost contact over the years.
Yeah.
So Dorian basically put us back in link. So he was like, he's like, oh, I got. So I hit him up, man. He responded, sent on my film, man. The rest history, man. I'm here. Like, I'm in grad school. This is my last year. Everything looking good. The coaches, man, the team, the conference, man, everything is looking great.
Well, that's good, man. Hey, like I say, I'm definitely proud of you because look, man,
Yes,
you
sir.
came from having charges
Yeah.
to now you in grad school, about to finish your last year of school. Now, when you was
Yeah.
going through, I know it was rough, but when
Definitely.
you got arrested and you was going through it, you was like, what was you thinking? Like, like, is this the end? Like, I'm gonna be,
It
angry.
was. I definitely, I definitely didn't see a way through. I didn't see how I would ever get out of that situation.
Yeah.
I didn't see how I would get out of the situation. Like I kept my own. I stayed around my uncle. My uncle was a Christian, very positive man. I always told me, Taz, that this is not. He kept telling me this is not what God got for you. He got more for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was telling me, you gotta have faith in yourself, and I'm like, man, my face is on the news, like that's like not for football or basketball, but for like going to jail.
Yeah.
And it's like I didn't know how to deal with that. Honestly, I'm thankful that I didn't go off doing anything crazy. You know what I mean?
I was about to say, because it could have really went left,
Yeah.
like in those situations, if you don't have somebody like your uncle in that particular
Mm-hmm.
case, then it's easy to say, you know what, I got a record, or I might be about to have a record, and I ain't
Yeah.
got my scholarship. You know what? I'm
Mm-hmm.
just about to go out here and hit the corner.
Coach, it definitely could have, but I just didn't. I had already let everybody down
Yeah.
by
Well.
going to jail in general, and that's something that I don't. That's something. If you really know me, I don't like letting anybody down. Like I don't like letting anybody down. So like, it's the fact that I felt like I let everybody down, and I didn't want to do it again. So I'm like, I gotta find some way to for people just remember who I am. Like I don't want somebody just to. My dad used to always tell me, and he used to be mad at me. He's telling me, but he's like, don't be a shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
Don't be somebody that they used to always talk about, and that little stuff used to stick with me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, I don't want to be a shoulda, coulda, woulda, man. Like, so I was like, man, I'm gonna put my pride to the side, and I take this trip to Iowa if I got to. That's what it came down to, Coach. A lot of faith, a lot of faith.
Well, that's good, man. Tell me this, man. What did you do for fun in Iowa?
What are you playing the snow? Snowball fight? A sled?
Like,
You know?
okay, so like Zach went to Louisville. So he said
Mm-hmm.
in Louisville, in that part of Kentucky, in October, it's already cold and about to snow.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
so I
definitely.
was about to say an hour, it
Man,
had to be similar, if not earlier.
man, it snowed on Halloween before. It snowed on Halloween. I remember
I
that.
would have been no good,
And
Tad.
it's so cold, coach. Like, you don't understand, during the end of the season. Oh my goodness. But especially during springtime. So spring football,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be hot. January through May, it's snowing. Snows on the field, snows on the road. You barely driving your car. Like, it's -20, -15. It's crazy. Like, nothing can save you. No coat can save you. No pants can save you. Like, you're gonna feel that cold
So
weather.
and that's different. That was the first time you had been like that far up north, right?
Yeah, that's the first time ever.
And that's
That's the first time
that's
ever.
crazy, man. That is.
Man,
So how was
wasn't
Justin
prepared.
Justin to college like? Cause you still, I mean, with all that stuff that you just said was going on, trying to get
Yeah.
from Tusculum to then you end up at Graceland. You still, once you got at Graceland, you still had classes. So was that like,
Yeah.
was that different for you? Like, always you having to work out for football, having to practice for football, study hall for football, and then you got classes
Mhm.
too. Was that easy to adjust to?
The way I took it is my first year was kind of hard getting back adjusted to all that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wasn't running or doing anything athletically that for a whole year, so I wasn't even the same on the field. I wasn't the same on the field at all. Wasn't the same in the classroom. Um, but like I say, man, I was so far away that I couldn't just fail a class and be like, mom or dad or somebody like, can you help me?
Yeah.
So it really came down to all that. Like, I was so far away that I had to grow up, and I met some like I say, my two of my best friends that play receiver up there. They had similar stories to me. You know what I mean? And we clicked up, and we kept our head down working, man. And like those two friends, man, I always had good friends, that pushed me and motivated me. I can't say that. So that they helped me adjust a lot because they was from Florida. They weren't used to the cold and everything either.
I
So
was about to say, yeah, Florida definitely. and the,
yeah, they was not used to that.
well, that's good, man. So at any point at Graceland, did you think about like, you know what, this ain't for me. I'm gonna
Oh
go home.
man, definitely. I remember one summer, coach, I decided to stay out there because I didn't want to come back home. And my first summer, I didn't want to come back home because I was like, I don't want to come back home unless I feel like I've done something on myself. You know what I mean?
Got you.
That's what I had to put in my
Yeah.
head. So like, yes, I came back to school, but still, like, I'm at cause you still got a little ego. Like, I'm always in NAIA. Like, nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
Like, just to be real, nobody cares about that. So
Well, a
I
lot of
didn't
people
want to
don't
come
even know about it. Like you like you said earlier.
exactly. I didn't know about it. So I didn't want to come home because I wasn't really. I wasn't proud of myself. So I'm gonna stay a summer out there. And I remember that summer I stayed. It's a quiet Amish town, coach. Ain't nothing but horses and cornfields.
Oh,
But I'm like, man, I'm gonna stay. I stayed with one of my friends. And then one day I was working out on the field, and I was like, man, no one around, coach. It's just me and the lakes and the cornfields. I'm like, man, what am I doing out here? like, like for real, coach. Like I sat down in the middle of my workout. I sat down, I'm like, bro, what am I doing? Like, I don't know what I was doing at all. And I remember I text Drake. I was like, bro, like, yo, feel like you giving up or whatever and stuff like that. And we had a conversation, and he was like, he got my mind back right. And I was like, all right, I just gotta stay strong. Gotta keep staying strong. But I definitely a lot of times, man, especially with that cold weather, man. With that cold weather, you definitely want to just get on the plane and go. You don't want to drive. Just
yeah.
get on the plane and go home.
Well, I'm
Definitely.
glad you stuck it out, man. Now you at Shaw.
Yes, sir.
So you at Shaw now, so you got a chance to see their facilities and they
Yes, sir.
campus. How does they campus and facilities differ from Graceland?
It's first of all, just we're in the city now, so like we're not in some farmland where Walmart is 45 minutes away. So, exactly. So we're in a big city. Riley's a beautiful city. Our campus
Yep.
is literally direct. Our campus is directly downtown. So if you go downtown, you will see our some of our buildings amongst the skyscrapers.
Okay.
So it's very beautiful, man. It's a HBCU life, man. Fried chicken Wednesday. It's fried chicken Wednesday. Yams, green beans, whatever you want. So I mean, of course, in Iowa, we getting pigs. We getting pigs, and like we not eating the same in Iowa. So
I know you
so
glad to be back in the South, Taz.
man, I'm glad to get coach. I'm glad. I'm like I never want to go to the Midwest again. I never want to go again.
Hey,
But
listen, you can go back up north in the Midwest if it's for the NFL.
definitely, definitely. That's why I'm like, okay, because my favorite team always been Minnesota Vikings. So I'm like, it was right up the street from Minnesota. So I'm like, man, maybe one day it might happen. You know what I mean? That's what I've been thinking. So I, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a tough journey, but I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So,
I appreciate
so what's
it.
your goals for this season coming up? What's you? I know you say you're 1,000 yard receiver. So, but
Yes, sir.
that's the main
Yes, sir.
goal, or what's the end goal?
Well, my goal is to really, get a national championship. No, that's our team goal first. And, that's my goal. Like I want to be a national champion. I've been searching for it since high school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want to. I want a national championship first of all, and second of all, I just want to. Coach. I want to establish myself amongst one of the best receivers coming out this year. That's my goal, and that's what I'm trying to work for. And I want you to mention my name. You know what I mean? I want you to mention my name with the Clemson receivers, whoever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's a long shot, but I got great chances. I've been working hard for. I'm in the right position, the right coaching. But my personal goal, because I'm going for 1,500. I want 1,500 yards this season,
Okay.
and that sounds impossible, but Stephon Diggs did it. DeAndre Hopkins did it. And they're my favorite receivers. So
Hey.
you know what I mean. I'm like they did it, man. I gotta go. I gotta shoot mine for 1,500 too.
As long as like I said,
So
I haven't watched Shaw play, so I don't know what their offense look like. But if you're in the right offense,
yeah,
there's definitely opportunity for that.
definitely,
And according,
definitely.
yeah, I don't know about everybody else, but I watch the videos you be putting out. I swear, I
Yeah,
like Taz is doing something every day. Like
definitely.
get your body. I'm like, do you give your body a rest?
Oh yeah, I do. I'm not gonna lie. Like I just wanna, cause in the back of my mind, coach, I'm scared to go back I'm scared to go back to where I was. You know what I mean? I'm scared to let everybody down again. Like I'm scared to let myself down. So every day I just gotta tell myself like I don't care if I just sit here and watch film. I don't care if I just sit here and watch. I just watch one-on-one battles. I watch how people release off the line. I'm learning coverages. I'm learning blitzes. I'm just trying to create my. I'm just want to be different. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well,
Like I know. Yeah.
if I can give you one guy to watch, if you haven't already, watch Devontae
Mhm.
Adams.
That's my favorite suit to watch. That's my favorite
Devontae
suit to
Adams,
watch.
I don't know if anybody can get off the line like Devontae Adams, dog.
Mm.
His feet so quick.
Coach,
It's a
coach,
thing of
I'm
beauty.
telling you.
Let's just say that.
I'm glad. I'm glad because that's what I watch, man. That when it comes to releases, that's who I get. That's why I've got my releases from. As far as like, okay, this is where I want my. He has my like. If when I release off the line, it looks more like him than Stephon
Yeah,
Diggs or somebody.
yeah,
Because Stephon Diggs he's more shifty. You know what I mean? Or D Hop more aggressive.
yeah,
But Devontae just gonna boom boom. He just gonna get out in a step or two.
yeah.
So like that's more of my game. But that's my top three receivers
Okay,
who I watch.
that's what's up.
Yes, sir.
So okay, so when you was at Graceland, did
Yes,
you
sir.
play against any DBs that you was like, this dude right here is legit, like he should legit be D1?
Oh yeah, we definitely played against as far as games, I don't feel like I played any great DBs, but on our team we had some good we had some good D1 rejects for sure.
Okay.
Safeties, yeah, for safeties. I mean, that's the thing about it, man. That's the thing about NAIA. It's some guys that just come through there because they have nowhere else to go. You know what I mean? They might not want to go JUCO, or they might came from JUCO. But I played against a few headhunters. I'm not gonna say I line up against great DBs every day,
Yeah.
but I line up against some DBs. The DBs here are the best in the conference.
Okay. Well, then you're gonna get
Yeah,
to practice against them every day.
definitely. And I mean, we got safeties that's NFL prospects. We got linebacker NFL prospects. So like, and I'm going against them guys every single day. You know what I mean? And our head coach is the DB coach.
Okay.
So my first day out here, we was doing 1-on-1s. We do 1-on-1s every single day.
Yeah.
Like we had 1-on-1s today. So I'm trying to show my head coach like every time like I'm glad that you accepted me for my last year. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the attitude I got here.
Okay. Okay. So
Like,
the team, the players on the team was welcoming when you got there.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Like, cause coming from Lamona, Iowa, to coming to Raleigh, North Carolina, to a HBCU, I always be fun. I always tell them guys like my first day out here was on the field. It was like the prison yard. It was like I swear, cause it was like the prison yard. You know what I'm saying? Not in a bad way, but it was just all black team versus a team of Iowa where we got black here and there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No black coaches. You know what I mean? I'm surrounded with just black coaches now. So you can imagine the difference.
Yeah, I was about to say, so coming from high school and then like you say Tusculum and then Graceland, you are at predominantly, non-black institutions. And so how was it like, I mean, not in a bad way, but was it like a culture shock, showing up at Shaw and you see nothing but us?
Oh I mean, coach, that's what we grew up around. So like I feel home, I feel welcome. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm more like on my shell when I'm, you know what I mean, when I'm in like Iowa or Malden.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on my shell, but I feel home, coach. Like I say, these guys are great, man. Like everybody got a great work ethic. You know what I mean? Everybody got one goal in mind. You know what I mean? Everybody, we come from the same places at the end of the day.
That's good.
So yeah, so it feels it feels a little different. You know what I mean? When you just surrounded by your own all day, every day.
Well, hopefully that can play a part in your results this season too, because you feel at home. Sir. Hey, you're a little bit more relaxed. You're not as tense up or whatever, and you can have that season that you want to. So,
yes, sir.
What game are you? Have you already looked at your schedule? I have, but have you?
We got
who you looking forward to? Who you looking forward to playing?
I'm looking forward to everybody, coach. I'm looking for everybody, man. Everybody got to feel me this year, man. Cause like I said, this is my last year. If it don't work, so everybody got to feel me, man. It don't matter. But I'm looking forward for Wingate first game, man. Wingate Thursday night. And I think we on ESPN with 3-1 of them.
Y'all on ESPN 3 Thursday night at Wingate.
Yes, sir.
You got my.
That's what I'm looking for.
You got my tickets.
Oh, I haven't got them yet, but I for sure got you, coach. I for sure got
Thursday night at Wingate. Sure. I'm there.
Yes, sir. For sure. It's gonna be something to see, man. Cause we've been working. They're a great team as well.
Yeah.
They're a great team.
Like I said, I looked at the schedule. Y'all got Johnson C. Smith for homecoming. I thought about that one, but then on senior day y'all play. Senior day is right after Johnson C. It's right after homecoming. Yeah. So I thought about that one, but I was like, honestly, Wingate is 2 hours away.
Yeah.
So,
hey, coach, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, we got talent, coach. We got talent, man. You're not gonna come to just you know what I mean, whack games. Like we really got NFL potential players. Like, and I can tell you about our strength and condition coach. He was Tracy McGrady's personal trainer for 12 years. So like, if you ever look at T-Mac workout videos, that's him. Like, and he's our trainer, man. He real, like. We really working, like.
All right, because when I come, I don't expect you to be going soft when I come. I expect to see you going in.
Sir.
So
yes, sir, definitely.
That's what's up, man. So Anything, any story, crazy stories from Iowa, like something that somebody wouldn't believe unless they was there.
Oh man, I got a few. I got a lot of those, but man, it was one time. Okay, so it was one time when I stayed out there in the summer. I was in the sand pit, just working out, running. It's by the school, so it's like a lot of land around the school.
Yeah.
Like in the Midwest, it's just a lot of land, like just for miles. So I'm running the sand pit. I'm running. I'm listening to music, and I look up and I see a bobcat just flying across the field. I'm talking about flying.
Towards you?
Like I never seen that. No, it was running away from me.
Okay.
It was running away from me. But I never seen some animal move that fast in person.
Yeah, well, I ain't never seen no
Like,
bobcat in person. So.
we have them around there. You never see them because they don't like coming around people, but they're friendly, I guess.
Yeah.
He ain't do nothing to me. He ain't do nothing to me. But they look like lions, but just like puppies. They're like, no, they're not very big. But man, I seen that bobcat and I was like, I'm in Iowa for sure. Like, I'm in Iowa.
You like, if I didn't know now, this bobcat running across the field let me know I am definitely in Iowa. You are not in Malden anymore. Only thing we worry about is hitting a deer.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, that's what
it was just stuff like that, Coach, man. It was stuff like that, man. The Amish people, we stayed, like I said, we stayed at the Amish people.
So did you see? I never met no Amish people. Did you see them doing anything like any traditional stuff that you was like, not that you was like, you was like just thought was weird, but you just like, well, that's different.
Well, they have a lot of kids for one.
Okay.
And so they come to the lake one time to fish. They eat. That's how they eat their food or whatever. Mm-hmm. They all covered down. They wear the old.
So it's like TV, like the Amish people that be.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's junk 1800. That junk in the 1800s. Like they live for real in the like you would think you in the 1800s for real.
Okay.
Like they ride horses. The horses are put in their buggies. They hand make their house, everything. So one day we was at the lake, and they brought all their kids. And of course, their kids never seen black people. So their kids they just turned around the whole day, just staring at us like they didn't move it. They didn't move. They just looked at us the whole time, and it was just like. But they're nice people though. After that, we went over and talked to them. They let us pet their horse. They're very nice people.
Okay, well that's what's up. Yeah, man. Like a lot of people, like especially a lot of us, we don't get to be around. Especially Amish people, and you can't go by what TV say, but now that you done been up there, you can verify that they actually dress and live they portray on TV. So that's what's up, man.
That's real.
All right, Taz, it's time for the Fanatic 5, man. I got 5 questions for you.
Okay.
All right, I kind of asked you this before, but this can be pertaining to high school or Graceland. Mm-hmm. Who or the one-on-ones you've been doing now? Who's the best person that you done lined up against?
The best person I lined up against? You say high school, college, or here?
Or Shaw, because you say y'all been doing one-on-one, so you done got to see some of them dudes. Yeah. So who the best DB you done lined up against?
I would say we got some. Our DBs here. Our DBs here pretty. They give me a run for my money every time. Like, I would say it's two guys I go against here. One name is Solo and one name is AC. AC is just an athletic freak. He's a 40-inch vertical, 4'4" guy. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? So I'm dealing with him at DB. So and I'm not a 4'3" receiver or a 40-inch jumper. So that's when you gotta get down and technical with your routes and stuff, and how you gotta really break. I really gotta break the game down on him. You know what I mean? I can't just run a simple curl route, and he's gonna be on that. And then we got another guy named Solo. He's just very confident. He's one of those DBs that's gonna come out there and let everybody know, like this is my field. He just talk. So if you don't got confidence in yourself, then you might be. You know what I mean? He might get you.
So while you was playing at Graceland, which stadium was your favorite to play at? Other than Graceland.
Other than Graceland, I would say Baker. It's a small school, you know what I mean. That was the best team in our conference, but it was a small stadium, but just the geography around it, being in the
Yeah.
Midwest, you know what I mean. It was very nice, man. It's just like it was like in the middle of nowhere, but it had lakes around it. It had like they had built some bricks around it and stuff. It was very beautiful, man. And like I say, that was the best team in our conference, so they had the money and stuff to
Okay.
to build everything, but.
Yeah.
It's a school called Baker in Kansas. If anybody's watching this, ever heard of Baker?
I heard of Baker. I
Yeah.
got a friend who actually went there for track.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
So okay, I know you got your undergrad already, working on your grad. During your undergrad, did anybody ever take a test for you, or a professor let you skip a test?
Oh, see, nah, nah, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. I don't think they ever. But I had students. I had students for sure.
Okay,
For sure.
okay.
For sure. I got like somebody passed the whole class for me for
All
real.
right, all right. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, not many people said any of this has went on, but was there like when you first got to Graceland? You know, you got seniors up there. You a freshman. Was there any kind of like
Okay.
rookie hazing or anything going on? Like you had to empty the trash after, or extra running that they made, or anything like made you pick up the uniforms or anything?
Oh no. No, no. I mean, probably to some freshmen, but like, I was like I said, I was quiet at first, so like, I don't, they really were messing with me like that. They were messing with me like they was
All
like,
right, last question.
but
Who are the three most influential people in your life that got you to college and got you through college?
got me to college. Got me through
Three
college.
most influential.
I would say, to college. I would have to say my Uncle Don is one.
Okay.
Uncle Don is one. I'm not gonna lie because he just put it in my mind. He put the belief in me before I knew it could come true. Um, of course, my dad was for sure. My dad was. He very tough love, but he made me have to go get it. You know what I'm saying? He made me have to go get it. And I would say, Coach Willie, he was my receiver coach at the time. He was my receiver coach at the time, so he helped me put in work because at first I wasn't any good at first, but Coach Willie Stewart. I don't know if you know Coach Stewart or not.
I don't know him by name. I might know him
Coach
by
Stewart.
face, but
Coach Stewart.
okay.
And, yes,
Well,
sir.
that's good.
Got me through college.
That's good. That's
Yes, sir.
good. Like I say, man, you at Shaw now. You got the 2021 season coming up. I'm definitely coming up there to check you out.
Yes,
Iowa
sir.
was way too far, and from what you
Oh yeah,
from what you tell me, way too cold.
definitely,
If you
definitely,
watch any other
definitely.
videos, you will know that I don't do extreme weather. Man, well, I appreciate you coming in, stopping by the Fan Addict to join us. And everybody out
Yes,
there,
sir.
don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content and interviews with former and current college sports athletes. So for Taz up at Shaw University in Winston-Salem, this is Coach I, and we out of here.